I will say I've known Mr. Kimbrell for what? You graduated what year?
That would be 2019.
2019. So we had 2 years together.
I believe we did have 2 years together, and we've been out for a depressing amount of time that we don't care to admit.
How do you think I feel? But no, man.
Originally from 7 years total.
Originally from Spartanburg.
Originally.
Upstate. But you know, with the low country appeal we get to hold on to, I'm still from South Carolina.
Yes, we do.
Dude, that's wild. Did you? I saw post in Courier. South Carolina natives are officially the minority, or not the minority, but officially a minority.
Wow, I didn't know that, and I kind of wish I could rewind back to when I didn't know that.
Edit.
That is depressing.
Edit. Yeah, I saw something like that. Makes sense though.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. I just didn't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think about, my parents. My mom's from Alabama. My dad, another Wofford Terrier though.
Naturally.
Proud. You know, and he owns. I'm just kidding. He's a lawyer though, so that joke lands.
All that checks out.
All that checks out. But
oh, that's funny.
No, man, I do appreciate you coming out here. The first official. How does it feel to be the first official Skiff Ministry guest?
I gotta say, man, I got stage fright, something fierce. An audience of one, and I am shaking up here.
Yeah. Good thing we're not doing a live feed. It'd be.
Comments would probably tear me apart, man.
All of our dear friends would rip us alive. But no, man, I do appreciate you joining.
I'm glad to be out here, man. I'm glad to go fishing. I'm glad to talk about the gospel a little bit, and I'm glad to catch up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the main thing, right? Just catching up, seeing what God's been up to. A lot of it.
All we can do, my man. He's been up to a lot in your life in particular.
Whew. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Were you dating your wife when you were still at Wofford, or did y'all meet afterwards?
We met afterwards.
I thought so.
If she's listening to this, Abby Umberger introduced us.
Nice.
It was a blind double date at Saltwater Cowboys. It's a funny story, man. They had opened or reopened. It was 2018. And ended up being like a 3.5 hour date or wait. Which is not my favorite, but man, for the woman that God intended for me to marry, it was great for just getting to meet her and talk to her and get to know her a little bit. And then the funny thing was she realized that she left her keys in her Uber. And she was trying to call the guy, and hey, I left my keys and he wasn't answering. So
oh, wow.
I somehow thought it was a flex that I would be like, hey, do you mind if I try calling this guy?
Yeah. 2
rings in, hello? And I said, hey, brother, my friend left her keys in your Uber. I want to see if you had them. And he's like, yeah, I got them. You can tell her to come by, So dinner ends. Again, if Abby were listening to this, we still need to talk about how we were walking to the cars, and I said to Madison, look, I had a wonderful time. Would love to go on another date. I have an older sister, and I can't let you go to this dude's house by yourself. Would it be all right if I took you? Again, if it's uncomfortable, I understand. Then Abby chimes in. She goes, Master, are you okay with that? And I was like, Abby,
no way.
Wait a minute.
Whose side are you on?
Yeah, whose team are you on here?
This whole operation was your idea.
Jeez Louise, man. But no, that was April 6, 2018, and never looked back.
There we go. That's awesome.
Man, it was just such a cool God thing, and just seeing him work like that. But
yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, and then the little guy made his appearance in March of this year. So
all the best babies are born in March.
That's what people say
Yeah.
we got to come home on my 30th birthday with him. So that was cool.
Don't forget, it's also
cool.
my birthday and Jason's.
You're the 22nd too?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, I
So
knew
is Jason.
Jason.
Shout out Jason Cox.
Shout out to
No free
Jason.
shout-outs.
Shout out to Jason Cox if he's listening. If not, we're gonna tag him and let him know he was mentioned.
Oh, I'll make sure he listens.
But yeah, man, that was super. March 20th. But no, Griffin, as you're just out here casting, pretending like there's fish.
Yeah.
Now we'll move down a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you tell me when, but
No, I think now we're giving this a fair shot.
just putt down a little bit,
Yeah.
or not even just.
Let's go about 30 yards to the right, and if we don't do any good there, we'll cut back over to this other side.
Cool. But dude, while we're doing that, just obviously this whole Skiff Ministries thing, as we try it out and see what God does with it. Like, one of my inspirations, well, the main verse is Luke 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come up with the idea. I was actually went towards Kiowa and just kind of felt God. I was just doing a Bible study or something. I was like, it's quiet. Just kind of felt God say, like, why not mix the two? So Luke 5, Jesus is preaching from the shore, and basically enough people join that he looks over and sees the boats, and I think Peter, he's like, push me out, and then he preaches from the shore, or preaches to the shore from the boat, and I was like,
That's right.
all right, God, like, Roger. So I say that of, like, for me, we kind of said this, we were riding out here, is the nature, whether it's fishing, whether it's hunting, walking, whatever, it's just where I feel small. But what about fishing? Because as long as I've known you, you've been fishing from offshore, inshore, you name it. How has that kind of been a faith thing for you? Like, how have you experienced, guys? Is this good?
Oh yeah, this is good.
Like,
I mean, honestly, like you said, I've been doing it from a young age. It's been something that my dad, my brother, and I have always shared. I think my dad and I, on another level, my brother likes to hunt too. So,
okay.
You know, I like to joke that his appreciation for fishing isn't quite what it should be, because he also likes to hunt. He's got two loves in his life.
Older or younger brother?
Older by 3 years.
Okay. They can't get all the wisdom.
That's right, man. But
he's working what he had, is what you're saying?
That's right.
Okay.
But I will say, though, it's always been something that, we had quality time with together. I can probably identify with a lot of people that say some of the best chats they've ever had with their old man.
Oh.
They were outdoors, they were on the water, they were in a tree stand.
Yep.
But if you're in a tree stand and talking too much, probably ain't going to have a whole lot of
to
fun,
get the end result as well as fishing.
But I got to say, man, just being out on the water, sharing experiences with your friends, I mean, it really makes you take a step back and get outside of your own head for a minute. And I mean, one of the biggest things that as a Christian you look around and you see getting attacked is so many people, they just don't even want to believe that the world around us was created by an all-knowing God. But I mean, look at an ecosystem and how it's designed. Look at the life cycle of marsh grass or oysters. I mean, everything around us points to an intricate design by a divine creator. So
yeah, that's good.
I'd say the appreciation. I mean, it's something you really can't ignore unless you're just trying to close your eyes.
Just trying to, yeah. And that's something too. Like, two things as you say that I've been kind of wrestling with. Just like you said, I mean, we can see some houses, but 15 minutes we can be back in a store and potentially bear witness to hate or whatever. But
it's a fact.
Nature doesn't really have the space for hate. And it's not like, I don't know, I'm kind of first draft thought here. A dolphin eating a redfish is not hate. That's survival. So that stance would fall apart.
Right.
So the fact that there's no hate in nature, and if we sat here for long enough, tides would rise above the grass, above our heads, where we are right now. They'd fall back down. Crabs are out. They go back under, fit. All these things happen without hate.
That's right.
So how would it not point to God, who is love? God who loves us, God who created out of love.
That's right.
Like nature itself, on its own, if we set up a camera in this exact spot for 12 hours and somehow didn't have human interruption, you wouldn't see hate, you wouldn't see opinions, you wouldn't see anything. So
that's right.
It's also refreshing
Very.
to be out here, especially if, you can turn the phone off and just realize that the workday you just had, the traffic getting here, like these tides were rising and falling the exact same as they were when that happened, and the exact same as they were when we leave this place even.
Exactly, long after we're dead and gone.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. It's just this appreciation.
Yeah, well, you know me, man, being at Wofford, I had a science background, I studied chemistry and all that good stuff, but one thing you learn about as you start to get into the deeper levels is the Goldilocks conditions for things, like the amount of space between an electron and the atom it's orbiting around, things like that, or the nucleus rather. But every single aspect of it just points to God. And I mean, think about the intricacies of how this ecosystem interacts.
Yeah.
There's no other conclusion to draw but some extremely intelligent, understatement of the year, being put all of this in place exactly as it was supposed to be.
Right.
And despite us doing our best attempts to spoil it,
it'll prevail.
Exactly.
Shout out to, there we go. Well, and so somebody that big role model for me, for just different reasons. A lot of it just faith and approaching it was Phil Robertson. I know he's resting in peace.
No doubt.
But he'd always say in his like extremely dry humor, maybe you've heard it, was whether he's talking about a beaver, how a beaver is specifically wired to chew wood, build a dam, and stop water. Or there's a bird on the bank right there, like it knows to fly at low tide to try to pick things out. He goes, what division of salt water did that come from?
I love it.
And it's like, the plumage of a duck. How a mallard's different than a wood duck. What division of salt water dictated that?
Exactly. And we try to explain things away and come up with any explanation but the real one. I mean, if you read all the scientific journals and everything, I mean, we're in a constant state of backing up and saying, okay, this is what we thought was going on. We've done some more research, and actually this is how it actually works.
Right.
We just keep doing that over and over again. And
trying to find something else.
Well, I mean, it's because we're too proud to admit that we don't know and it's outside of our control.
And it's okay. And look, I think it'd be a little silly to disregard like science and the work science does, from medical to a lot of ways. Like, man, we figured out that, just because it happened 6 months ago, like, I certainly prayed for it, but I wasn't as afraid of Madison, like, passing on me because of childbirth, or, the work you did at Wofford, like studying chemistry and science to better understand how it works. But I think, like you said, there's a point where it's like, look, I don't know why, because being Skiff Ministries, I'm going to plug it somehow. I don't know why redfish decide to root around on a flood tide. Other fish are up there, but they're the ones that you can see because they are wired to root. Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's about all I got for you. I just know they do it.
That's right, and that's all we need to know, man.
Yeah, and that's a great point. It's okay to just know that.
It's not bad to ask questions. It's just not always healthy to think you deserve an answer immediately. I just got done going through Job in my private study, and I mean, some people might find this unsatisfying, but at the end of the book of Job, after all of the discourse, you know, God's answer wasn't to explain what had gone on in heaven to put Job to the test. His explanation was, I am God. My ways are altogether higher than your ways. If I began to explain this to you, you wouldn't be able to understand it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I think in that vein too, you know, there's something to taking that, and then end of John, he goes, one of the gospel, I'm pretty sure it's John, fact check, but where he goes, you know, wouldn't be able to capture it all in words. You know, there's not enough books, there's not enough, like, that's okay.
It is.
And, you know, that's coming from a guy that walked around with Jesus and still said, you know, hello.
Got myself a nice oyster club.
Yeah. Hey, not technically.
Maybe a state record toadfish.
I was going to say,
Could
not
be either.
Not fully skunked. This will look great for a reel. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. That might be what it takes, man. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Real trophy.
There you go. No, that's good, man. I was going to ask you, too, like, kind of what word you've been in recently.
Yeah, I've been completely through the Bible cover to cover 3 times at this point.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's so important. I think the biggest problem facing the church today is people just don't read the Word as much as they should. You know, you can't recognize false teaching if you don't know what the Word says. But it's not that hard to devote at least a few minutes a day. Shark over there, you see that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's really not that hard to devote a little time each day to doing your private study and, you know, some private prayer time. I got a lot more privacy than you got, so it's really not too difficult for me. All I have is a dog to worry about. But
Hook that shark, Griffin.
now that would be a reel.
Oh, he's just perusing, huh?
Yeah, but I like to, I know everybody's routine's different. I like to get after it first thing in the morning. I actually like to do my Bible study before I go work out. You know, I think it kind of puts me in the right frame of mind, starts off my day.
Sets the tone.
Way. I got a journal where I track my workouts and my Bible study. So, you know, body and soul.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're equally important, but they are both important. Let's go. What you got? I'm going to say trout.
Yeah, I feel like a trout. That was a quick hit.
I saw some head shake. That's a trout.
All right.
Oh, no, that's a red. Let's go.
Angry little pup.
On multiple spots, too, man.
Hello. Hey, this is it right here, man.
Can't beat it with a stick.
All right. Come here, good fella. Ooh, look, he's a pretty one.
That's a beauty. What's that, 5 total? Yeah, you got 3 on that side.
All right, let's show.
Blue tail, he been eating some shellfish.
Hey, that made it worth it right there.
No doubt.
Get a little selfie with you here, Griff. All right.
Killer.
Hey, that's... Make sure that shark it.
Let's see, what question were we working on again, board?
What you been working on?
Okay, yeah, but I've been through the Bible like a novel a few times at this point, just like front to back, cover to cover. So now I skip around a lot more. And one piece of advice I would give to people who are, you know, just now starting to get a little curious about God, maybe starting their faith journey, they've started to feel the call. Don't read the Bible like a novel.
No.
Do not read it from Genesis to Revelation.
When I think the tendency is to think that it's in order. It's like you'll get confused. That's a great point, because I think that, because I've done it. I've done the whole cover to cover. Dude, mine was a 2-year plan, because it you know, it also just did like a psalm every day.
Yeah.
And I think there's this temptation to feel like it's a feat.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I did it. I read the Bible to cover, and it's like, well, hold up. Like, it's, you know, it's a living word. So like,
Right.
what's it saying to you?
Exactly.
And that's a great point, man. And that kind of, you know, fires that as like, you know, if I'm asked like what's Skiff Ministries for, I think it's to make the gospel, in the best of my abilities, approachable.
Definitely.
My history is like, I grew up in the Episcopal Church, big diocesan split when I was in high school, just a lot of politics.
Right.
Without all of that. And my uncle used to always say, he's a retired priest, in different meetings and things like, well, where's Christ in all this? And I think that applies, like you said, to the point of just the church in its entirety. And something I kind of wrestle with is like, all of this is based on one book.
Right.
Period. I mean, it's like, well, there's all these translations, and it's like, okay, Griffin, let me ask you something. If I say, hey, are you going to respond differently than if I say hi or what's up? How are you?
Absolutely.
Probably not. You get the gist. Hello.
When I said absolutely, I meant you have a point, not I would respond differently.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Just like, what we got, brother?
Exactly. I mean, the word will always speak. You know, God is never silent. He might be more active at some times than others, but God is constantly working. I'm glad we came to this spot.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice one. There you go. Let me get you on one. Yes, sir. All right.
I think he's still pretty healthy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's good to go. They got a nice little fiery bite. They seem like a trout.
Yeah, I thought so. You know, they always go for the kill right off the bat.
But, no, that's just a great point, because so many times, man, like, I don't know your experience, but it feels like guys our age are either in, or there's like whatever damage, or like we just don't go to church or whatever. And look,
right.
No, forcing someone to go to church is not the approach, because I think like what we're trying to do is spread the gospel to all that are listen. And I say that of like, well, how can I spread the gospel? This is my attempt. Also, how I treat Madison, how I am. It's like, what's that guy's deal?
Yeah, your
like,
life is a testimony.
Everybody falls short. You know, there's moments of frustration, but like if it's like, God, he doesn't really lose his temper. It's like, why is that? And it's like, well, I'm happy to tell you.
Yeah, ask him about it.
But you know, I think there's something to just this struggle. How do I want to approach this question for you? Is like, if you read Proverbs, there is wisdom that applies, period. And if it, to your point of reading the Bible, like, I think a reading plan is helpful.
Definitely.
But overall, pretty sound stuff. So the opposition to spend time with Jesus, whether it's go to church or a men's group or women's group or whatever, is maybe damage from the church rather than damage from the word.
Absolutely. And I mean, even though we're both aware that God is perfect, God is infallible, that doesn't mean that we are.
Correct.
We are made in his image. We are instruments of his will, whether that's willingly or unwillingly. God can use anyone. He's not limited to working through quote unquote righteous people, thankfully. But I mean, so much of it has to do with how we treat other people. And you know, I don't believe in works-based salvation one bit, because if I did, I would be lost. You know, I'm nothing more than a testament that God can save anybody.